Wherever you might be. It's a lovely morning in Bucharest. I'm in our office, and there's a lot of people working to make Future Summit a great event next week. We're super happy to host so many people in Future Summit. And let me just tell you what will happen actually. So you see here quite a full agenda of what will happen. We have a lot of speeches, a lot of presentations and courses on some of the most important, I'd say, issues that we are all facing these days. So I'm joined by my colleague Elena and Loredana and some other colleagues that might pop in. But in the meantime, let me just tell you what happens in Future Summit next week, starting with Monday. So the first day is a lovely day of Monday, November 15. We start with two classes, Introduction in Sustainability and Foresight. We have a special guest from the World Economic Forum. Cameron Fox talks about synthetic biology. We move then to Metaverse, of course, the topic apparently these days. And then in the evening, we have a special session on decentralized futures with people from the Romanian Blockchain Association, ZTEC and Netopia. And we end the evening from 7:30 Bucharest time with Tech for Social Good. We talked to Sebastian Cochinescu from Tailpath, Stefan from XVision, Ovidiu from Crypto Data, Radu from TechSoup, and Alina from the Romanian business leaders who will be moderating this session. Now, if you had a good Monday next week and you want to come back to Future Summit, you can do that in Genesis, our learning and networking platform. Registrations are still open, so we're waiting for everyone in the room to join. What happens in the second day, you might wonder? Well, November 16, we start again with the classes. Then from 12, we have Linda from the International Sustainable Finance Center to talk about sustainable investments. We have a Romanian doctor from Cambridge University to talk with us about some of the genomic and gene revolutions in the next decades. A special session from Greece and Bucharest with Dimitris and Cornel on tech for the blind. And then in the evening, this is the sustainability day to some extent. We talk about sustainable business making with Radu Ciocoiu from Raiffeisen, Ionuț Georgescu from FEPRA, and Dragoș Tuță from Ambasada Sustainabilității. And we end with a special session on sustainable finance. You might wonder what happens in day 3 of Future Summit. Well, wait no more. This is truly a special day. Why? Because of our future makers. But before that, you can see from 12, we have Tanya Schindler, who's vice chair of the Association of Professional Futurists, to talk about how we can use foresight in business, and a special panel with our partners from UNSAR on risk education for the future. From 2 to 7, you have the opportunity to watch 22 special startups from 6 countries. These are startups from our Future Makers Incubator who pitch for 20,000 euro, and you see the winners from 7:30 in the evening. Now, there's a lot of reasons why you should join Future Summit. So besides really amazing speakers, conversations, and presentations, I want to introduce my colleague Loredana, and she can share some of the reasons or her reasons why you can and should join Future Summit.
Thanks, Shifran. It's very interesting for me to hear you presenting the agenda, because I'm updating my expectations and my reasons as I listen to you. And one of them for me is that we are talking about real challenges, right? And we care, and that is why we want to bring meaning and put that on the table alongside burning current topics of our society like sustainability, education, and technology, the technology's impact on society more precisely. Another real reason that I have is the community part, so that we feel that we're in this together. We're looking into the unknown, right? The future, and that takes courage, because and having a crowd of like-minded leaders, innovators, and forward thinkers brought together in our Genesis platform can really make us feel like we're co-creating an optimistic vision of the future. Another reason for me is the learning part. And my colleague Elena is going to tell us more about that. But you don't have to rush because our courses are on our platform for 3 months, and you have access to them for the upcoming period. Also, another reason that is very important for me is that we first talk and then do, talking and then doing. We're bringing forward new ideas, right, and solutions, and together we'll try to see how we can make them really actionable within our teams, communities, and also societies. Another reason that we and I came up with is the networking part. And here we need to be brutally honest. We don't know exactly what would be the best type of networking interaction because we've all been through, Zoom fatigue, online introversion. So yeah, it's hard for everyone. But we will do our best to create an open and non-intrusive setup where group chatting and live reactions will really make us all have some sort of voice. So thanks
Cool.
for
Cool. Thanks a lot.
Elena will join. Thank you.
Yeah. So let's switch to Elena. Elena, tell us another reason why we should and could join Future Summit next week, not next year, of course.
Thank you, Ciprian, and Loredana had everything covered almost. Like there are a lot of things that are happening in the Future Summit, and besides all the speakers and everything, we have the learning part that Loredana covered, and I think this is one of the most important reasons for you to join. So we have 3 courses that are live kind of classes. So you're gonna have them. You're gonna have the access for them in the Genesis platform. That's another amazing thing. We have the Genesis platform as well to kind of let you access all of the knowledge resources that we have. So let me go back to the introduction to sustainability course. It is one of the best courses that I have ever done. It's actually introducing you to the basics of sustainability. It's actually talking about the sustainable business making and also circularity strategies and we're going to introduce a sustainable transformational canvas that we as a social innovation solutions team has done. We also have the introduction to foresight, such an amazing topic to cover these days because we don't know what the future would look like, and we would like to predict it in some way, and this course is going to let you go through the basics of how to master trend watching, how to be aware of what's happening now so you can be able to look into the future more. And we're going to talk about innovation as well. So we have introduction to innovation class, which is going to cover a lot of different things, but it's going to have the main focus on design thinking and how can we use design thinking in an efficient and effective way to innovate the products, like new products and the products that we have or services already in the market. So yeah, we have loads of different things to offer in the Future Summit, and we hope that you're gonna be with us in this journey.
Thank you so much. If you want to learn more about Future Summit, you can go on the website. But in the same time, you can also take the following minutes and look at day 4. So what we do in day 4, we talk with Lois Damhoff from UNESCO on how to become futures literate. We go to another futurist all the way to Paris. David Callis talks about the limits of uncertainty and what lies beyond these limits. We have the final part of the introduction to innovation class and a special session that looks into the future of Romanian demography, as well as sustainable food futures, and a special and complicated panel to some extent for some of us, especially when we talk about Romanian economic outlook for 2022 and what we do with the resilience plan. Now, coming back to the final day, to some extent the final day, what happens in day 5 of Future Summit? We talk about how hot the future is with Corina Murafa and Răzvan Nicolescu. We go all the way to London to Dora and talk about how can we actually empower girls to shape the future with tech. I'm super excited about that because I also have 2 daughters. We go to Sonia again in London to talk about diversity and the future of work. And since we talk about the future of work, of course, we need to talk about the future of education with some amazing speakers from 12 o'clock in Romanian, Daniel David from the Babeș-Bolyai University, Simona Baciu, Oana Moșoiu, and Marco Bada from Digi24 as a moderator. We go all the way to Australia after that with Liam, and he talks a lot about the city. He is named by the BBC as the man that makes the future for us. Then we go to San Francisco with Silvia, where she talks about home of the future, and the special, and to some extent the last but not the least of them, 2 Romanian Ashoka Fellows who are still secret, but they are really amazing. So we're very much looking forward to meeting them. In the weekend, next weekend, you will see excerpts of a new project that we launch now called Romania 2024. Where do we go and how do we go? And especially who makes the future? Now, if we have convinced you or not to join us in Future Summit next week, join. It's for free. We're super excited to already have hundreds and hundreds of participants from 32 countries, all the way from the US, Colombia, to Mozambique, Ghana, Kazakhstan, Australia, Japan, and of course, Europe. I think all of it at this point. Well, we wish you a great weekend. See you next week at Future Summit. All the best.